Good morning students, welcome to today's class. So last class we have seen some proving type of sums, isn't it? So today we are going to continue with the same exercise. So as we have seen in the previous class, let's recall the few important results. So the first one is tangent radius theorem, that is if a tangent is tangent at any point to a circle is perpendicular to the radius of the circle. And the next result is the length of the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. And then one more result we have applied in while doing sums, that is perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord bisects the chord equally. Okay, and then now let's move on to today's part, that is question number 9 in exercise 10.2. In figure, xy and x dash y dash are the two parallel tangents to a circle with center O. So the figure is given in the question itself. There is a circle and these are the two tangents xy and x dash y dash which are drawn parallel tangents to a circle, and another tangent AB. So this is another tangent AB and at the point of contact C, intersecting xy at A and x dash y dash at B. So totally how many tangents are there? There are 3 tangents, 2 are parallel and another one is intersecting that 2 tangent. Okay, you can say that AB is acting like a transversal, isn't it? See, xy and x dash y dash are parallel, no? So we can say there it is acting like a transversal. Now you want to prove that this angle inclined at the center is 90 degree. This is what we are asked to prove. So there are 2 methods of solving this. So one method is, you know now that these two are parallel and this is acting like a transversal. So the sum of these 2 angles is equal to 180 degree. That is sum of 2 consecutive angles we say, no? So like that you can prove, and then in order to prove that this is 90 degree, you have to say that this angle here, they both sum of these 2 angles is equal to 90 degree. So that in by angle sum property, what you can say, the angle inclined at O will be 90 degree. You know, sum of the 3 angles is 180, and if you already say that these 2 angles sum is equal to 90 degree, then definitely the third angle will be 90 degree. So this is one method of proving. The another method is, you can say these 2 angles sum is equal to 90 degree. So that by linear pair theorem, when you add all the angles together, you will be getting this angle as 90 degree. Able to understand? So we are going to apply this linear pair concept and do the sum. So for that, what you have to do is, here let me join this. You know very well a tangent at the point of contact is perpendicular to the radius. So let me join this OC. Okay, and now here it is perpendicular. Likewise here also it is perpendicular. Okay, now you see this xy is a tangent at the point of contact P. So this point tangent is perpendicular to the radius. So here it is a right triangle. Likewise here also x dash y dash is a tangent at the point of contact Q. So here again it is perpendicular to the radius OQ. So by tangent radius theorem we can say here angle at P is 90 degree, angle at Q is 90 degree, as well as here angle at C also is 90 degree. Now actually we want to prove that AOB is equal to 90 degree. So for that we are going to consider first these 2 triangles. Okay, that is these 2 triangles we are going to take, and we are going to prove that they are congruent. Okay, so these 2 right triangles we are going to take and prove congruent, and by CPCT we can say these 2 angles are equal. Okay, likewise similarly we are going to proceed for the next 2 triangles, and same way by CPCT we are going to say these 2 angles are equal. At last by applying linear pair theorem we get the required result. So 2 steps only. First step we are going to prove the triangles are congruent. I think you are clear with this concept, children. So a figure is already given. There are totally 3 tangents. In the 2 are parallel and the third one is intersecting the 2 tangent. It is being drawn. And now here additionally what we have done is we have drawn a perpendicular line at the point of contact, that is we have joined OC. Okay, so the angle inclined here is 90 degree by tangent radius theorem. Likewise, this tangent at the point of contact, it is perpendicular to the radius. So here again 90 degree. Likewise at Q also 90 degree. Clear, children? So now we are going to move on to the solution part. Let's write the given. Given, what will you mention? The two tangent that is given. XY is a tangent at P and X dash Y dash is a tangent at the Q. And these two tangents are parallel. So these are given, and there is one more tangent AB which is a tangent at the point C. Okay. So this particulars you write in given. Now to prove is angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. Now for this construction what we have done is we have joined that line OC. Okay. That point of contact is there now. Through that when you join you get this side two right triangles and the other side also two right triangles you are able to get. Okay. Now let me take this two right triangles and I am going to prove they are congruent. How shall I prove it? So see here, if I take this two right triangles, here the angle this OP and OC are actually radius, isn't it? Yes, and this side is common to both the triangle. And likewise, now this point A, it is external point to the circle. So from this external point, the tangents that is being drawn are equal. So PA and AC are equal in length. So it becomes, all the three sides are becoming equal now. So we can apply triple S. Able to understand? Okay. So now coming to the proof. In triangle AOP and AOC. So as I said, OP and OC are the radius of the circle and OA is the common side for both the triangle, and next AP and AC are the length of the tangent. Children, this reasoning is very important. You shouldn't skip this. Okay. So reasoning you must write. So it carries marks. How do you say they are equal? So the reasoning is very important. So what do you write? Length of the tangent drawn from external point to a circle are equal. That's all. Length of the tangents drawn from external point to a circle are equal. So by triple S, we say both the triangles are congruent. And therefore, the angle 1 and 2 are equal. What is it, angle 1 and 2? Look at the figure. So this is what we are going to take it as angle 1 and this is angle 2. Clear? So by CPCT we say, we are going to say that these two angles are equal. Got it? Now same way, similarly we are going to prove the next two triangles are similar, congruent. Okay. Now same way I am going to take this OCB and OQB. Now you see OC and OQ are the radius of the circle and OB is a common for both the triangle, and same way B is an external point to a circle. So from external point the length of the tangent becomes equal. So all the three sides are equal. So we can say by triple S they are congruent. Same how you have proved for that two triangle, in the same way you are going to prove for the other two also. So let's consider now. Now in triangle BOC and triangle BOQ, OQ and OC equal because they are radius of the same circle, and OB, as I said, they are the common side. And now from the external point BC and BQ are the two. So BOC, no, so BC is a tangent, and here for BOQ, BQ is a tangent. So what reason you have tried? Length of the tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So by triple S rule, congruence rule, we say the two triangles are congruent. Okay. So why we say congruent? You know, they both are of the same shape and size. Okay. Similar when you apply is when one triangle is smaller and when other triangle is larger than that. In that case we will be proving similar, but here we will be proving congruent because they are of the same size and shape. Okay. So now since they are congruent, we can say that angle 3 and 4 are equal by CPCT. Where is angle 3 and 4? You can mark it. So very important, without marking in the figure, you can't mention that angle 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, don't forget, you have to mark all these angles in the diagram. Suppose you are using this numbering of angle, you have to number it. Okay. Suppose in a line there are two rays being inclined over here and all the angles are being marked here, angle 1, 2, 3. So by linear pair theorem, what do you say? angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3. Sum of all the adjacent angles in a straight line is equal to 180 degree. So that concept only we are going to apply here. So just now what we have said in the is a congruent triangle. So these two angles equal, likewise these two angles equal. So when you add all these four angles by linear pair theorem, they form total is equal to 180 degree. So for the line PQ, when you add all the four angles, it is equal to 180 degree by linear pair. Now actually from 1 and 2 what you have, angle 1 and 2 are equal and angle 3 and 4 are equal. But in the result we need this, what is it? Angle 1, this is angle 2 and this is angle 3 and this is angle 4. Actually you need this angle only to prove 90 degree. So we are going to replace angle 1 as angle 2. Since they are two equal angles, we are going to replace angle 1 as angle 2. Likewise we need only angle 3. So angle 4 and 4 we are going to replace by angle 3. So you get angle 2 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 3. Using this concept we have replaced angle 1 and angle 4. So you get 2 times of angle 2 and likewise 2 times of angle 3, that is equal to 180 degree. Taking 2 as common out, you get angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore when 2 comes to the other side, it divides and you get 90 degree. So therefore angle 2 plus 3 is equal to 90 degree. What is that angle 2 plus 3? It's nothing but hence angle AOB. Hence we have proved the result. Able to understand, children? So first we have joined only OC so that we get 4 right triangles. So you take first 2 and prove congruent. Likewise you say the next two triangles are congruent and that angles are inclined at the center are equal, you say by CPCT. At last by applying linear pair theorem you get the required result. So it's a very simple method. So I think all have understood. Now coming to the 10th question. Prove that the angle between the two tangents. So between the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact at the center. Able to understand the question, ma? That is, you are suppose there is a circle drawn here with center O, you think. So from the external point, this is the external point, okay. From the external point P, the angle between the two tangents. So it's possible to draw two tangents, isn't it? This is one tangent. You use the scale pencil and draw the figure, okay. So this is another tangent drawn, okay. So it is possible to draw two tangents from the external point. So the angle inclined between the two tangents. This is the angle inclined between the two tangents. Let me number it as 1. So the angle inclined between the two tangents is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment. So this is a line segment subtended by the line segment at the joining the point of contact to the center. So this line segment is joining the point of contact to the center. So it is to this angle. So sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. So this is what has to prove. Prove that angle between the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle. So the angle between the two tangents to the angle subtended at the center. How it is subtended? By the line segment joining the point of contact to the center. So how this angle is subtended? By the line segment joining both the point of contact to the center. Only then this angle is formed. That is what said. Now able to understand the question, what you are asked to prove. So read the question two times or thrice, you will be able to understand it. Okay. So prove that the angle between the two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary. Supplementary means what? 180 degree to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the point of contact. This is the point of contact to the center. So sum of angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree you need to prove. So it's very simple proof, children. So here you know already at the point of contact, the tangent at the point of contact is perpendicular to the radius by tangent radius theorem. So this is 90 degree. Likewise here also it is perpendicular to the radius. The tangent at the point of contact is perpendicular to the radius, and we can apply the angle sum property. So when you add all the four angles, it is equal to 360 degree. It's a quadrilateral, isn't it? OAPB. So sum of these two angles is now 180 degree. Then sum of the other two angles also is equal to 180 degree. Hence you get the required result. That's all. So first we are going to apply tangent radius theorem, and then we are going to apply the angle sum property. So only two steps we are going to do here. Clear? Let's move on to the solution. So first write the given. So according to the question given, first draw the figure. Figure very important, okay? And I have numbered here it as 1, 2, and let it be 3, and let this be 4, okay? Now a circle with center O, tangents PA, PB drawn from external point P. What you are asked to prove? Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Now proof. So first, since PA is a tangent, therefore it is perpendicular to the radius. This is the radius OA. OA perpendicular to PA. Write the statement. Tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to a radius. So by that, therefore the angle 3. You numbered, no? So angle 3 is equal to 90 degree. Mark it as 1. Same way the other end. Since PB is a tangent, therefore OB is perpendicular to PB. Look at the figure. OB perpendicular to PB. And therefore write the same statement. And you say angle 4 is equal to 90 degree by tangent radius theorem. Mark it as 2. Now OABP is a quadrilateral. By adding all the four angles, we get by angle sum property, it is equal to 360 degree, sum of all the four angles. Now, actually from 1 and 2, you know, angle 3 and 4 are 90 degree each. So, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus 90 degree plus 90 degree equal to 360 degree. 90 plus 90 is 180 degree. And next step what happens? You move 180 to the other side. So, when it gets subtracted, you get 180. Therefore, angle 1 plus 2 is equal to 180 degree. What is angle 1? The angle between the two tangents, that is APB. And what is angle 2? The angle subtended at the center by the line segment joining the point of contact to the center, that is AOB. Therefore, we have got the result. Clear, children? Coming to the 11th question, prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. So here, you are asked to prove that a parallelogram which circumscribes a circle becomes a rhombus. So already you have done similar type of sum in the 8th or 9th question, I think so. In that it was given a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle, okay? So first what you do, this will be your homework. So you are going to proceed in the same way how you have done that previous sum. So here first you draw a parallelogram and you draw a circle inside the parallelogram in such a way that all the four sides intersect the circle at one point, okay? And then what you do, here we are going to, since it is given parallelogram, we can say the opposite sides are equal, that is AB is equal to CD and BC is equal to AD. And then since A, B, C, D are the four external points of the circle, so from the external points, the line that drawn forms a two tangent and they are equal in length, okay? So by using the theorem, the length of the two tangents drawn from the external point to the circle are equal. So using that theorem, we are going to say that the two tangents drawn from the external points are equal. So before that, let's mark the point of contact P, Q, R, S, okay children? So similarly, as we have done the previous sum, you are going to proceed and complete the sum. So first you can say that AP is equal to AS and likewise BP is equal to BQ, and here CQ is equal to CR and DR is equal to DS. First using the theorem, you say all the possible two tangents, pair of tangents equal, okay? And then you can add all the equations together. So at last you will be getting, so like this result you will be getting, and since it is a parallelogram, AB and CD are equal, so you can say that it is equal. So 2 times of AB you will be getting, and here also AD and BC opposite sides are equal, so you can say 2 times of AD and you can say the adjacent sides become equal here, okay? AB and AD becomes equal, so they are nothing but the adjacent sides. So if you prove that the adjacent sides, that is AB and AD are equal, that is enough. So it means that all the four sides are equal and it becomes a rhombus. So clear, children? So similar to the previous sum, you are going to proceed, and at last you are going to apply the concept that is AB and CD are equal. So you can either express in terms of AB or CD, and likewise BC and AD are equal. So if you are expressing in terms of AB, then the other side it can be in AD or BC. That is, you have to prove adjacent sides are equal. That is enough. Clear? So now let's move on to the next question, 12th question. Coming to the 12th question, a triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle of radius 4 cm such that the segments BD and CD into which BC is divided by the point of contact D are of length 8 cm and 6 cm respectively. See the figure. So figure is given in the question. So this is a triangle ABC that circumscribes a circle. So as I said, circumscribes a circle means circle will be drawn inside a triangle and it will be intersecting all the three sides of the circle at a point. Okay. So already one side measurement is given. Since D is a point of contact of the circle with the triangle, so it is divided into two parts, that is CD is one part and BD is another part. So C to D the measurement is 6 cm. And B to D it is given as 8 cm and the radius is given as 4 cm. So from center to the point of contact is 4 cm. Okay. So here actually you are asked to find the sides AB and AC. So here we are going to use the area of a triangle concept to find the side. So you know very well, suppose sides are given, we can easily find the area of a triangle. But when sides, any of the sides are not known, in that case using the area value you are going to calculate the sides of the triangle. Okay. So now we have drawn the given figure as it is, and now here from O to D it is given for radius as 4 cm, isn't it? Likewise the circle, it has a 3 point of contacts. One is here along the side AB, there is a point of contact, let us name it as E. Likewise along the side AC we have a point of contact and let us name it as F. Okay, let us join it with O, and then you see this A, B and C are the three external points to the circle. So as I said, by theorem the length of tangents from the external point to the circles are equal in length. So using that theorem you can say that you know that C to D the measurement is 6. So since these two lengths are equal, we can say that it is also equal to 6 cm. Okay. And likewise coming to the other part, BD. BD is equal to BE using the theorem that length of two tangents are equal. Using that concept, here 8 cm means here again 8 cm. Okay. Now this part, this two tangents we don't know the length. So let us assume some x here. So same x will be over other side because they are equal in length. So this side we have assumed it as some x. So the other side also same x. Now what will be the length of the total side AC? So now length of the side AC is x plus 6 centimeter. Likewise, what is the length of the side AB? That is also x plus 8 centimeter. So first we are finding out all the sides. So first we have calculated the sides by using the theorem, that is length of the two tangents from external points are equal. So using the concept you got one part of the side as 6, here one part of the side as 8. The left out parts are unknown, so we have taken one side as x, so the other side also the same x you get. Now by adding you get x plus 6, x plus 8. What will be the base here? 6 plus 8. Total side where BC is 14 centimeter. Okay. So first let's write in the given. A circle with center O with OD is equal to 4 centimeter radius. So this is what given in the figure, and triangle ABC circumscribes a circle BD is equal to 8 centimeter and CD is equal to 6 centimeter. So these are the particulars given in the question. Now by using the theorem, so highlight it in a box always. When you mention a theorem you can highlight it in a box. So length of the tangents drawn from the external points are equal. So by using the theorem we say that CD, just now I named it, no, that is what written here. So CD equal to CF. CD is equal to CF, that is equal to 6 centimeter. Likewise BD is equal to BE, that is equal to 8 centimeter. Now the other part we don't know. So let us assume it as some x. Since they both are equal in length, so each is equal to x centimeter. Understood, children? So first part is we have named it using the theorem. We have found the sides. Now the measurement of all the three sides. Sides are AB is equal to, by adding both AE plus EB you get from the figure, that is x plus 8 centimeter. Then BC is equal to BD plus DC, that is equal to 14 centimeter. 8 plus 6 you get 14 centimeter. Next AC is equal to AF plus FC, that is equal to x plus 6 centimeter. Okay, now you need to find the sides AB and AC. Now actually here area of the triangle value is not given. Okay, and here using the three sides what we have found out, we are going to use the Heron's formula. Remember children, in class 9 you have studied. That is, when side measurements are given, to find the area of a triangle we use Heron's formula. So by using Heron's formula you are going to find the area of this triangle first. So beginning itself I said, to find the unknown side we are going to use the area of a triangle concept. Okay, so here first what is S? Semi perimeter, that is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. Now area is equal to root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. So what is A, B and C here? They are the three sides of the triangle. So what are our A, B, C value here? So AB is A and BC is B and CA is C. Okay, so what is A? X plus 8, B is 14 and C is x plus 6. So now to find the semi perimeter first, S is equal to, what is A? X plus 8 plus 14 plus x plus 6 by 2. Now you add the like terms, x and x, 2x you get, plus 14 plus 6 20, 20 plus 8 is 28 by 2. Now can we cancel like this? No, it's wrong method. So you have to take common out. So here both are 2 multiples, so we can take common out and you can then cancel out. Okay, so 2 when you take common out, what is left out? X plus 14 and by 2. This 2 and 2 will get cancelled, so you get semi perimeter is equal to x plus 14. Now coming to the area of a triangle. So what is the formula? S into S minus A. So what is our S value? X plus 14. So write it x plus 14. Then open a bracket. Again S minus A, isn't it? So x plus 14 minus, what is our A value? X plus 8. So substitute here first. So first you are going to apply in the formula. So x plus 8, close the bracket. Then S minus B. S is again x plus 14 minus B is 14. And then next into S minus C. S is x plus 14 minus C is x plus 6. So you have applied it. Since there are two terms, you write it inside a bracket and now close the bracket. Now let's apply the minus inside. So next step is square root of x plus 14 into x plus 14 minus x minus 8. And next one x plus 14 minus 14. And next x plus 14 minus x minus 6. Minus is being applied. So first we are applying in the formula. Next we are applying the minus inside. Now you can simplify. This plus x and minus x will get cancelled. Plus 14 and minus 14 will become 0. Likewise x and minus x will become 0. So you can cancel out. So x plus 14 into, what is left out? 14 minus 8, 6. And here what is left out? X into 14 minus 6, again 8 here. Okay. Now root of x plus 14 into 8 6 are 48x. Either you can leave it like this or you can multiply and write. Okay, you can mark it as equation 1. Now we have got the area of the triangle in the form root of x plus 14 into 48x. Okay, I think you need not simplify, let it be as it is. Okay children, so this step no need. Up to x plus 14 into 48x, let it be. You mark this as equation 1. Okay. Now So first you had a figure like this, that is we just joined the point of contact, okay, and then we found the sides, and using Heron's formula you found the area. Now using another method we are going to find the area. So whatever method you apply, anyway the area value will be the same, isn't it? So using that concept only we are going to find the unknown side, okay. So now we are going to join all the three vertices with the center of the circle. So if I join the OC and OB and OA, you will be getting three triangle, isn't it? See, green color I have shaded one, and you know very well this AC is acting like a tangent since it has a point of contact F with the circle, and likewise BC is another tangent with the point of contact D, and AB is another tangent with the point of contact E. And you know the point of contact is perpendicular to the radius of the circle, okay. So by using that you get a perpendicular line OF, OE and OD. Got it? So now if I join it, I get three triangles. One is BOC, another one is AOB, and third one is AOC. To show the to differentiate it, I have shaded in different colors. So you know area of a triangle formula, half into base into height. So using that concept you can find the area of each triangle. So our base will be this, and your height will be perpendicular, the line perpendicular to the base. So this OD will be acting as the height. Likewise for this triangle, your base will be AC and the perpendicular line to the base is OF, that will be height. Same way for this triangle, AB will be the base and the line perpendicular to the base, that is OE, will be the height. Got it, children? So using the area of triangle we are going to find the area of total triangle now. So now what you do, you redraw the figure once again by joining all the three vertices with the center. So write join OA, OB and OC. Now OD and OE and OF are all equal because they are nothing but the radii of the circle. That is a perpendicular line to the tangent, okay. So 4 centimeter. Now a tangent is perpendicular to the radius, so OD is perpendicular to BC, OF perpendicular to AB and OE perpendicular to AC. So all these three you are going to mark it now. So now the total triangle ABC, how you are going to find? By adding each triangle, that is area of triangle OBC plus area of triangle OAB plus area of triangle OAC. Clear, children? So draw the figure and mention the 4 centimeter radius there, okay. So that will be the height for each triangle. Now first let's find the area of triangle AOC. So AOC, half into base into height. What is our base here? For AOC, AC is the base. So what was the measurement here? AC, it was x plus 6 and here it was 14 and here x plus 8. Okay, so mention all the sides so that it will be easy for you to apply. So here half into base is x plus 6, and what is the height? As I said, perpendicular line, that is 4 centimeter. So 4. So you can cancel 2 and 4. So 2 times it goes and multiply 2 into x plus 6. So next step, 2x plus 12 centimeter square. So what is the area for the triangle? 2x plus 12 centimeter square. Likewise, next area of triangle BOC is equal to half into BC into OD. So half into BC is 14 centimeter into OD is 4 centimeter OD. So 14 into 4. So when you cancel 7 times you get 7 into 4, 28 centimeter square. Now come to next one, area of triangle AOB. That is equal to half into AB is the base and OE is the height. Okay. So now AB is x plus 8 into 4. Now cancel 2 and 4. 2 times it goes. So 2 into x plus 8. That is 2x plus 16 centimeter square. Now let's find the area of total triangle ABC. Add all the areas. So first what is it? Area of triangle OBC. So what is the OBC? 28 centimeter. So 28 plus next is area of triangle AOB. 2x plus 16. So 2x plus 16 plus area of triangle AOC. That is 2x plus 12. So add it. Now add all the like terms. So 2x and 2x you get 4x plus 28 plus 16 plus 12, you get 56 centimeter square. So just now we got using a Heron's formula one area value, and now using the half into base into height formula, you have found another area of triangle. So anyway, both the areas will be the same. Got it? So mark it as equation 2. So from 1 and 2, both the areas are say equal in value. Okay, we don't know what is the area value, but anyhow, whatever formula you use, the areas of the same triangle, it will be equal. So what is the first equation? Root of 48x into x plus 14 equal to 4x plus 56. Now what you can do is, here 4 is common out, isn't it? So take it 4 common out and x plus 14 you get. Now squaring both the sides. When you square both the sides, this side root will go away. So 48x into x plus 14 equal to, here what you get, 4 square into x plus 14 whole square. Okay, so you see the similarity, here one x plus 14 is there, and here also you have x plus 14. So directly you can remove the factor, since here product relation only is there, isn't it? So you can cancel out directly one factor. So one factor is reduced. So you get 48x is equal to 16 into x plus 14. Now multiply 16 inside, you get 16x plus 224. Now move the 16x to the other side. You get 48x minus 16x, that is equal to 224. What is it? 32x is equal to 224. And x is equal to 224 by 32. So how many times it goes? 7 times. So you get x value as 7. So now you can find out the two sides, that is AB and AC. So AB is equal to what? According to the figure, x plus 8 centimeter. So 7 plus 8, it is 15 centimeter. And likewise side AC is equal to x plus 6 centimeter, that is 7 plus 6 is 13 centimeter. So this will be your final answer. Got it, children? So I think you will be clear with today's concept. Okay.